I don't usually cover a ton of NFL news on this channel, but something just happened that could potentially change tonight's draft. Earlier today, we saw that the 49ers apparently offered a package for Aaron Rodgers, and some people wondered why that was happening. Well, Adam Schefter just reported that Aaron Rodgers is very disgruntled with the organization and may not want to return to the team. This is absolutely crazy, and some of these rumors have been started over the past few weeks, especially after they lost to the Buccaneers in this past season's NFC Championship. The 49ers are expected to take a quarterback, and whether that's Justin Fields, Mac Jones, or Trey Lance is yet to be determined at this point. But right now, there's a lot going on with the quarterback position for the Packers and both the 49ers, and we're going to briefly talk about what's going on. There are a lot of options, but right now, it looks like Jordan Love will be the future of the Packers organization, and maybe this guy could be the next big thing. But first, if you love football content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I bring quality videos every single day, and you won't want to miss out. If you want more people to actually be able to see my videos, be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment. It helps the video get in the algorithm so more people can see what I'm doing here. Suggest what topic I can take a look at next, and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I upload. So now let's go ahead and get started and talk about what is going on with Aaron Rodgers. Just 2 years ago, Jimmy Garoppolo was leading the 49ers to the Super Bowl, where they lose to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Since then, a lot has changed for the organization, and they dealt with a rash of injuries last year, and many don't see Garoppolo as the future of the franchise anymore. Apparently this morning, they offered the number 3 overall pick and Garoppolo for Aaron Rodgers from the Packers, but the Packers would decline that. If we go back a little bit and talk to the general manager from the Packers, here's what he had to say in January about the future of Aaron Rodgers. Quote, "Aaron's our guy. He's going to be our quarterback for the foreseeable future. We're excited about the things we're going to try to accomplish over the next couple of years." So with the contract that you're kind of talking about, it's something that we will work through. We're going to have to probably do a few things with contracts as we head to the season and into the season to make sure our salary cap situation not only this year, but in 2022 is square. That is what he told Packers News, but a lot has changed since then. There's been rumors of Jordan Love being traded, and everyone called the Packers nuts for drafting him last year, but all of a sudden, this guy might be able to play this year. Maybe some other veteran quarterback will come here, or maybe they'll even draft a guy at this point. We have no idea what's going to happen. Right now, it looks like Aaron Rodgers does not want to return to the team, which is just absolutely crazy. So if you aren't familiar with who Jordan Love is, I'm going to briefly talk about him so you can get to know the player. He was born in Bakersfield, California in 1998, and the guy had a pretty tough upbringing, but he was definitely an athlete and a quarterback. Unfortunately, his father committed suicide when he was 14 years old, and he did not get to start at the quarterback position until his senior year at Liberty High School. He passed for 2,148 yards and 24 touchdowns, while also rushing for 806 yards and 8 touchdowns, but it was too late in the recruiting cycle, and he was only a 2-star recruit. He ended up committing to play college football at Utah State over the likes of Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado, and Sacramento State, so that means that the Aggies were his only FBS offer. He would redshirt his first year at Utah State in 2016, but where he'd finally play in 2017. The first 6 games he sort of played, but he ended up starting the final 6 games of that year, winning 129 passes for 1,631 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 6 picks. As a sophomore in 2018, he was seen as one of the young stars of the Mountain West Conference, and he would start all 13 games. He passed for a school record 3,567 yards with 32 touchdowns and 6 picks. Because of that, the Aggies did really well, and he was named the MVP of the 2018 New Mexico Bowl after he passed for 359 yards and 4 touchdowns, and that's when people really started to talk about his name. He had a really good redshirt junior year, and he would cap that off with 317 yards and 3 touchdowns in their bowl loss to Kent State in the Frisco Bowl. Following the end of the 2019 season, Love was seen as one of the next big things, and he decided to forego his senior year and declared for the 2020 NFL Draft. Love was drafted by the Packers in the first round with a 26th overall pick, and he was the first player from a Group of 5 conference to be chosen in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Packers originally were going to pick at number 30, but they traded with the Dolphins to get to that spot. He signed a contract worth $12 million with a $6.5 million signing bonus, and many people were beside themselves with the pick. Here's what a Bleacher Report writer had to say about the Packers drafting Love. Quote, "There are no guarantees in the draft, especially with a quarterback like this. The incoming rookie has the arm and athleticism you want in a franchise quarterback, but he threw 17 interceptions last season, and his decision-making is a huge concern." A draft guru wrote, "The 21-year-old could, quote, end up being the best quarterback from the class or a journeyman backup." He said it would have been one thing if the Packers had simply selected him in round 2, but the reality is, they had other shots at quarterback prospects with similar features and similar potential career trajectories in drafts to come. He said in this case, they got antsy and overpaid on a bill that wasn't even close to due. Yes, the Packers had other major areas of need, and they probably could have used it on a better player, but But now in hindsight, the Jordan Love pick might have been great. Aaron Rodgers was still the main guy on the team, and he ended up winning the MVP during the 2020 season, so why on earth would they waste a first-round pick on Love? Well, maybe they saw something that no one else saw, and maybe it'll be time for Jordan Love to get his shot. So unless something happens tonight, Love is the presumed starter, so now you guys are probably wondering, what was his scouting report coming out of college to begin with, and what will he bring to the table for Green Bay? Well, I'll go over to Walter Football and read what they had to say, and be sure to check it out for yourself. Quote, Love created some buzz about being a pro prospect coming off his 2018 season when he completed 64% of his passes for 3,567 yards with 32 touchdowns. In 2019 as a redshirt junior, he had a new offense and did regress somewhat, but he still passed for 3,402 yards with 20 touchdowns and 17 picks. While some NFL scouts told Love he should return for his senior year to develop, Love decided to skip his final year and enter the 2020 NFL Draft. Love was allowed to participate in the Senior Bowl due to being a redshirt junior, and he had a mixed week of practice. He showed off good skill set, but illustrated he needed a lot of development. As a pro prospect, Love has the potential to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. There's no doubt Love has some good tools to work with. He has a strong arm and can fire some lasers downfield into the sideline. He also shows the ability to put air under the ball and throw touch passes. Lofting in passes between defenders and throwing receivers open can be tough for strong-arm quarterbacks as they can become too reliant on fastballs. Love does not have that issue, thankfully. His pocket presence is developed, and he has some mobility to move around as well. When plays break down, Love can use his feet to buy time, plus he makes some good passes off platform. With his quickness and athleticism, Love is a great threat to hurt defenses on the ground. There are significant flaws in Love's game. His field vision is a major point of improvement. Far too often, he'd lock his eyes on a primary read and not move them away. He would stare down targets and not look off defenders. Love must start reading the field, working through his progressions, and making better decisions. Part of the issues come from a lack of development in college, and changing offenses hurt Love's development. So yeah, most teams had him graded as a mid-rounder, but he'd go in the first round. And Packers fans, this is probably your future. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers does not want to be on the Packers going into next year, and we could see something happen tonight in the draft, we could see a trade happen, or we could see Jordan Love become the next successor, and all three options are very crazy, and I'm very curious to see what will happen. What do you guys think though? If you're a Packers fan, let me know what you think of this, and if you guys think Jordan Love will actually be that good. Let me know your thoughts on how this changes tonight's draft, and if anything crazy will happen. Before you go, if you want more people to be able to see this, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you love football content, and check out all my other videos on the end screen, including my video about Drew Lock's future in Denver. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.